elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahushua. Grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yahushua, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahushua from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, wherein ye greatly rejoice. Though now for the season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua, whom, having not seen, ye love, in whom, though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you, searching what or what manner of time the Spirit of Yahushua, which was in them, did signify, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Yahushua, and the glory that should follow. Unto whom it was revealed, that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Ghost sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look into. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lusts in your ignorance, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, Be ye holy, for I am holy. And if ye call on the Father, who without respect of persons judgeth according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear, for as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Yahushua, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you, who by him do believe in God, that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in God. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of God which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man is the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away, but the word of the Lord endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us on the brothers in peace and blessing and salutations. Hopefully, they got the pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Shema Shah. All right, and what we're going to continue with, all right, the book of Tobit, all right, in chapter 6, and just want to touch on some things, because as we read the book of Tobit, we see, Tobit is a great example, of living uprightly, in Yahweh Bashim Shai. And you go into this, this book, you go into this story. There's a lot of spiritual lessons, there's a lot of, spiritual things, being said, a lot of spiritual nuggets, and gems, within the book of Tobit, prophecy, little history. Okay. At the end of the day, a lot of these figures, that are written of in the Bible, that represent our walk, as Israelite foreigners, as Israelites, in captivity, you know, being faithful to our power. So we're going to continue on. All right, we'll go straight to it. And I believe, this live screen got shadow banned. I ain't see a notification, but it is what it is. The word going to go forth, and, we're going to teach, we're going to preach. Now, let's go to Tobit chapter 6, verse 1. Okay, now Tobit is on the journey to go get an inheritance, that his father had left with one of his kinsmen. He's going to get some talents, of gold. Okay. His father's up in age, he wants Tobit, to have, that sum of money, for an inheritance. Okay. So he has, Tobias, Tobit, the father of Tobias. All right. He has his son, on the journey, and he gets a angel. All right, it's gonna refer to him as Raphael, Rapa'ala, all right, which is healer, of the Most High, healer from the Most High in the Hebrew. But he's on the journey, with an angel. Okay, he's not knowing there's an angel. He thinks, he's just one of his kinsmen, you know. So they're on their journey. So now, we're just gonna get into, all right, chapter 6. Now this is Tobit chapter 6, verse 1. It said, and as they went on their journey, they came in the evening to the river Tigris, and they lodged there. And when the young man went down to wash himself, a fish leaped out of the river, and and would have devoured him. Okay, big fish. It said, then the angel said unto him, take the fish. And the young man, which is Tobias, okay, the son of Tobit, laid hold of the fish and drew it to land. To whom the angel said, open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely. So the young man did as the angel commanded him, and when they had roasted the fish, they did eat. Then they both went on their way till they drew near Ecbaton. Okay, so the angel, had him to pretty much save, the gall and the liver, okay, from the fish, okay, because it was gonna be the heart, the liver, and the gall, because it was gonna be used for a particular purpose, later on in the chapter. You see, so Tobias first has to show what submission, and that's one thing that we have to do in this ministry is be submissive to Yahweh Shema Shai. Women learn to be submissive, to their husbands because it's going to be a benefit, all right, in the times to come. You see, being obedient. Let's see. Let's go from there. Being obedient is going to work out, to our favor, in the future times. So let's get a couple precepts just to go into that. All right, this is the book of Psalms. We'll start off with that one. The book of Psalms, chapter. It's Psalms 125 and 3. It said, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. So as we're obedient, the rod of the wicked will not be able to rest on us. Esau, Edom, he's going to come down with their wrath. But our obedience right now, all right, is going to put us in good. It's putting us in good standards with Yahweh Shema Shai, and Esau is not going to be able to have his way with the elect, man. Okay, because if we're going to read on in the chapter Tobias' obedience, to the angel, all right, which is a messenger of the Most High, okay, is going to put him in favor, all right, on the back end. Okay, verse 4 says, "Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts, which is their mind." Okay, and this is why this word is washing us and cleansing our mind, cleansing our spirit, man, to where now we thirst to do right. you know, we have a desire to do right, to walk uprightly, man. We're starting to despise, all right, more and more the wickedness of this society, man. You know, even that old man who we were. You see? And it says, "If such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel," which is the Israel of the elect. Okay? Peace in the time of chaos, man. Okay, so the scripture, is constantly, driving home the point of obedience. Okay? In the time of grace, obedience, because we're obedient through faith. Because if we didn't have faith in the favor, that's promised in the scriptures, we wouldn't have any incentive to be obedient. Okay? Let's get this here, the book of Hosea. All right, chapter 10, verse 12. It says, "Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy." Okay? And how we're sowing to ourselves in righteousness, man, within this grace period. Okay? Moving according to a right standard, moving according to order. All right, submitting, all right, to what, man? The order of the scriptures. It says, "Break up your fallow ground," which is your mind. Okay? And that's why we come into the truth that old man has to be broken. All right? That how we were, how we thought, what we thought was right, all that had to be broken up so seeds of righteousness could be planted. Okay? And now we're in time of what? Those seeds being watered and growing, man, and sprouting into righteousness, man. It said, "For it is time to seek the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai till he come and rain righteousness upon you," man. Okay? So our obedience through faith in this time, during this grace period, is going to reap. All right, we're going to reap mercy in the times of chaos, man, in the time of wrath. You see? So let's go from there. Let's go back to the book of Tobit. All right, this is back up the book of Tobit chapter. I started 4, 6 and 4 says, "To whom the angel said, Open the fish and take the heart and the liver and the gall and put them up safely. So the young man did as the angel commanded him, and when they had roasted the fish and they did eat, then they both went on their way till they drew near Ecbaton. Then the young man said to the angel, Brother Azarias, okay, to what use is the heart and the liver and the gall of fish?" Hold on real quick, brothers. Hey, yeah, so like you. All right. But getting back to it, back in Tobit chapter 6, verse 6, it says, "Then the young man," all right, this is the bias, "said to the angel, Brother Azarias, to what use is the heart and the liver and the gall of fish? And he said unto him, Touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or any evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or the woman, and that the party shall be no more vexed. Okay, so you remember who's troubled. Okay, with evil spirits. Okay, it was Sarah. Okay, the daughter of Tobiah's cousin whom he was to wed. You see, so the angels are already making preparations, man, and that's how the Lord is doing now. Like preparations are already made, and that's how the Lord, always maneuvers. He would always make preparations ahead of time. So we're not going to Jacob's trouble, winging it. Nah, the Lord got this thing mapped out. Okay, and let's get some accounts, where the Lord shows. Okay, let's see. Come on. All right, let's get this in the book of Matthew. All right, let's get this in Matthew 21 and 5. All right, Matthew 21 and 5 says, "Tell ye," now it's like I'm starting 1. Okay, go to this account. This is Matthew 21 and 1. It says, "And when they drew nigh to Jerusalem and were come to Bethphage unto the Mount of Olives, then sent Yahushua 2 disciples, saying unto them, Go into the village over against you, and straightway ye shall find an ass tied, and a coat with her. Loose them and bring them unto me. And if any man say aught unto you, you shall say, The Lord have need of them, and straightway he will send them." Okay? All this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, Tell ye the daughter of Zion, Behold, thy king coming unto thee, meek and sitting upon an ass, and the coat of a foal of an ass. So Yahushua, was telling the disciples to pretty much, just go ask someone, of a coat of their livestock, man. Okay? But it was already set up because this was necessary for prophecy, man. Okay, so the count seemed random, but it was predestinated, man. Okay, it says, and the disciples went and did as Yahushua commanded them. See, obedience, they walked in faith. You see, because you gotta understand, like, damn, this is random. He's telling them to do this random thing, and they went and did it. Okay, it says, and brought the ass and the coat and put on them their clothes, and they set him thereon. So here it is, they're fulfilling prophecy, man. But shows you that it was already predestinated, man. You know, it seemed random and unorthodox, okay, but it was all predestinated. Even with this here, man. Uh, when they were trying to trip Yahweh shot up, and you go to let's see. Yep, this is the book of Matthew 17 and 25. There's another count with Yahushua. He said, I'm starting 24. All right, it says, and when they were come to Capernaum, they there received tribute money. All right, pretty much collected tribute money from, the Jews, for the Roman government. Okay, it says they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, Doth your master pay tribute? Okay, verse 25, he said, Yes. And when he was coming to the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or strangers? Okay. And Peter said to him, or strangers. Yahushua said to them, Then are the children free, letting them know. Yahushua was just throwing it out there. We in captivity, man. Okay, we paying tribute. That's a token of captivity. You see, and that's a whole nother subject within itself. Okay, it said, notwithstanding, least we should offend them, go down to the sea and cast and hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money, that take and give unto them for me and thee. Okay, so he had Peter to go fish, and the first fish he caught, all right, and when he opened that fish mouth, it was money in there to pay taxes for him, for Yahweh Shai and for Peter. Okay, another random situation, but the Lord, he already had it figured out. you know, yeah, it was already predestined. He knew they was gonna come, trying to trip him up, and you see, trying to have something to blame him for. All right, but it was already set up to overcome that, man. This was a small thing, but just to show that everything is predestined, man. Everything is already provided for, man. Because we're gonna come into some circumstances where it's gonna the Lord gonna provide in a strange way, you know. But it was always already set up. You see, and we gotta go into these times, all right, with that mindset. All right. Now let's go back to Tobit. So let's go back to Tobit chapter 6. All right. It's Tobit chapter 6, verse 7. It says, he said unto him, touching the heart and the liver, if a devil or an evil spirit trouble any, we must make a smoke thereof before the man or woman, and the party shall be no more vexed. As for the gall, it is good to anoint a man that had whiteness in his eyes, and he shall be healed. And who had the whiteness? His father. You know, Tobit. It says, and when they were come near to Regis, the angel said to the young man, brother, today we shall lodge with Raguel, who is thy cousin. He also have one only daughter named Sarah. I will speak for her, that she may be given thee for a wife. Okay? For to thee doth the right of her appertain, seeing that seeing thou only are her kindred, which he was of her tribe, you know. And if a father didn't have any sons, his daughter would have to marry, within her own tribe to keep that inheritance, all right, of their father within their tribe, okay, within his tribe, which they was of the tribe of Naphtali. It goes back to the law. All right, it says, and the maid is fair and wise. Now therefore hear me, and I will speak to her father. And when we return from Regis, we will celebrate the marriage. For I know that Raguel cannot marry her to another according to the law of Moses. Going back to what we were speaking of earlier, you know, dealing with what happened with the, I believe it was the tribe of Manasseh. He who had all daughters, and if his daughters were to marry outside of the tribe, the inheritance would leave from the tribe of Manasseh and be absorbed by another tribe. Okay, but to keep tribes, land and inheritance amongst themselves. Okay, the the men that didn't have sons, their daughters would have to marry, within their tribe. Okay, it says, but he shall be guilty of death, because the right of inheritance doth rather obtain to thee than to any other. Okay, so he like, look, you finna marry Sarah. I finna go set this up. Okay, going back to what they predestined, man. you know, and the spirit was working in this situation, man. Okay, and these are times we coming into, man, where the Lord is going to be hands on within the situation that we're going to find ourselves in, man. Okay, verse 13 said, then the young man answered the angel, I have heard, brother Azarias, that the maid have been given to 7 men who who all died in the marriage chamber. Okay, who all died in the marriage. So Tobias is like, shh. He had heard about those other 7 men. So you got to see where he coming from. He like, shh. This ain't this might not be the play. Like she got 7. 7 men. That's which they goes into completion. Okay, but then even that plays into what the predestination of Yahweh Shemal Shai, verse 14. And now I am the only son of my father, and I'm afraid, least if I go in unto her, I die as the others before. For a wicked spirit loveth her, which hurteth nobody but those which come unto her. Wherefore I also fear, lest I die and bring my father's and my mother's life, and bring my father's and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them. Okay, so Tobias like, I'm the only son of my father. Like, it's gonna be, he like, this gonna be risky, due to the previous events of men that tried to marry, Sarah. They was put to death. They, the demon put him to death. So he's voicing his doubt. Okay, well, let's see what the angel is going to see. What the angel is going to reinforce. Verse 15 said, then the angel said unto him, dost thou not remember the precepts? Woo! From the door, dost thou not remember the precepts? Okay, so this is why this word is known as what? The comforter, man. The understanding of this word is the comforter, man. The angel told him, look, those uh, those thou not remember the precepts. You see, and when we come into these times, it's going to be precepts that's in us, okay? That's going to maintain us, man. All right, it's gonna be the precepts that we've constantly been going over and over and been built up on, man. Okay, let's get some examples. Just off the top. Okay, because we're gonna be in a situation where it look like, oh, damn, am I gonna starve? Because we in the flesh. So when doubt comes, okay, what do we have? Okay, precepts, Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famine, but he cast away the substance of the weak. Okay, so we're gonna be in a situation that's gonna seem dire, but we have to remember the precepts, and then we're gonna be confident because the Lord, has us being obedient within this grace period, has us sacrificing this world and putting in work for the world to come. Okay, and our confidence is going to be in He is, man. We did what we can do on our part, so when it's time for the Lord to do what He says He's going to do, hey, fully confident He's going to do it. Okay, so let's go here. Proverbs 11:3 said, "The integrity of the upright shall guide them." Going back to obedience, man, righteousness. But the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. Okay? Because in this time, we're not gonna, we're not gonna have the sea hill. So we're gonna be outcast to this man's economy. But guess what? We're gonna have favor from on high. So there's gonna be people with millions of dollars, hundreds of $1,000s, okay, that's gonna be in the midst of the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? But we're gonna be reduced to nothing but still have favor, man, and be good. You know? And we have to remember, think upon these precepts, in these times, man. This is gonna be that comfort in all the situations that we're gonna find ourselves in, the straight gates, the uncomfort. This is gonna be our comfort, man. Psalms 37:25. I have been young and now I'm old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Okay? So this is King David speaking of his life experience, that he never seen the righteous forsaken. Okay, nor his seed begging bread. So the the narrative Esau is going to push as if we're going to die, without his technology, without his C-hip, okay? Because he doesn't have to verbalize it. He's pretty much, look, you're not going to be able to do anything. You won't able to have any essentials or anything. You won't have access to the earth unless you take this, man. But see, precepts debunk, okay, the narrative that Esau is going to come with, man. You see? So that's why the angel said, look, man, remember them precepts. Hey, let's go here. Let's get this in Isaiah. I believe it's 35. It's Isaiah 35 and 3. It says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance, even the Most High with recompense. He will come and save you. Okay? So if our people, of a fearful heart, that's why these lessons go out for exhortation, man. Okay? Exhortation is part of the edification. You got rebuke, correction, doctrine, the breakdowns, the history. Then you have the exhortation, man. Because even history, should be a faith boost when we go into certain accounts of our forefathers, man. That's why I say this in Roman. you know, remember the precepts. It's the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. It said, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Okay? So as we read the accounts of our forefathers, as we read, the promises, within the prophecies, okay, the Lord's constantly telling us to fear not, how he's going to help on our behalf. We got to remember these precepts in the times of doubt. That's an extreme faith booster, these precepts, man. And that's why we here to get a word, man. No gimmicks, man. Okay? If all, it's going to be Israelites, that all they're going to have in their mind is a gimmick, man. Okay? Goddamn cape, the music videos. You see, the horse, they teach you coming in on the horsey, all these gimmicks. Nah, man, the word, Yahweh Shai. that's gonna be our comfort, in these times. You see? And there's, plenty more. All right, well, the point made. So let's let's go back to the book of Tobit. All right, and then when he said to like the angel, the angel got offended. You see, he pretty much going in on Tobias, man. Okay, putting it, in that spirit of faith, man. Like, wow, man, you got a spirit of doubt, man. You got to tap back into faith. You see, this is back in the book of Tobit, chapter 6, verse 15. Said, then the angel said unto him, dost thou not remember the precepts which thy father gave thee, that thou shouldest marry a wife of thy own kindred? Wherefore hear me, O my brother, for she shall be given thee to wife, and make thou no reckoning of the evil spirit, for this same night shall she be given thee in marriage. Okay, so the angel's like, look, don't even worry about the obstacles. We got that figured out. You finna marry this woman. Like, it's ordained. You see? You gonna go through with this. Okay, and there's another matter of fact. It just made me think of something else in second Esdras. Okay, let's get that in second Esdras, man. Hey, the elect gonna be delivered. The elect gonna win. We have a victory, man. Okay, this nigga Esau loses no matter what it looks like. On the surface, man, this nigga finna lose. Okay, this second Esdras 4 and 33 said, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Okay, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. All right. So this place is being destroyed. This is the beginning of our immortality, man. Every time bad news, some tragic, prophecy jump off in any type of way, all right, the day of doom is the beginning of our immortality, man. It's a step closer, man. Every time they get closer to the CBDC, every time these nations get close to war, okay, that's the time of doom, which is going to end this age. Okay, and it be the beginning of our immortality, man, where corruption is past, which is death, man. Okay, which is by sin. That's why we're going to be changed, man, to incorruptible. Verse 44, it says, intemperance is at the end, okay, undisciplined. Infidelity is cut off, which is being faithless without faith, okay, because everything is going to be happening in real time. Okay, righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. There's nothing no one can do to reverse what's written for Esau Edom. Okay, it's going to happen. Just as you see, the angel had that assurance, like, look, you gonna marry Sarah, man. That little evil spirit, that you inquiring about, he done today. You see, because the angel had authority over that man through Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, just as Yahweh Shema Shai has authority over Esau Edom. Esau can't keep himself in power, man. He done. Okay, there's no deliverance from what's written for these Edomites, man. You see, and on the flip side, it says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. Okay, Esau not going to be able to use propaganda and lies, and nah, man, that's not going to work. Even his weapons of war is not going to work to oppress us from getting the victory, man. You see, we it's already written. That's why even when you go to at the end, what did Jacob tell Isaac? I mean, what did Isaac tell Esau? You know, it's short, but it's heavy. I wanted to get that real quick. That's Genesis 27, I believe it's around 30, 34. Now, this is after Jacob received the blessing, and then Isaac eventually he gave Esau a blessing, the sword, okay, and the temporary, fatness of the earth, dominion over the earth, okay. So let's go here. I'll start at 30. It says, and it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? Because Jacob had already came and got the blessing. Okay, so now Esau, Johnny come lately, he comes, you know, thinking he's going to receive that blessing. All right, but it's gone. It was always set up in the spirit to play out like that. And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. Verse 33, and Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me, and I have eaten all before thou camest and have blessed him? Yeah, and he shall be blessed. So Isaac put his stamp on it. He established it. Like, look, I've already blessed whoever that was that came by. And by the way, he gonna be blessed. Like, he is locked in. Okay, is locked in. You see? So when we, get in these situations that can cause doubt, we got to remember what what the precepts say. Okay? And the blessing that we have is locked in. Okay, Esau not gonna be able to make an alternate ending okay, to the Lord's intentions for his people, man. All right, let's get that Jeremiah I want to say 29 and 11. Okay. This is Jeremiah, all right, 29 and 11. It says, "For I know the thoughts that I have towards you." This is the Lord speaking to his people. Said the Lord, "Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." Okay? It's all mapped out, man. You see? We did, and when Yahweh Shah says, "Hold on, hold fast to that which thou hast," that's what he's speaking of, man. That narrative of the victory, man. That faith and that hope in the victory that's written. We gotta really hold fast to what's promised, what's written. Okay. So this is the book of Tobit, chapter 6, verse 16. It says, "When thou shalt come into the marriage chamber, thou shalt take the ashes of perfume, and thou shalt lay upon them some of the heart and the liver of the fish, and shall make a smoke with it. And the devil shall smell it and flee away, and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up, both of you, and pray to the Most High, which is merciful, who will have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning." Woo! You see that? It's all set up, man. The Lord got everything mapped out, and it was all from the beginning, man. You know, if if a brother can post that, so he was like, "Look, Sarah was yours from the beginning." You see, I get it. I go to it. It says something there. Let's get that in Ephesians, man, real quick. Yeah, Ephesians 1. I started maybe 3. All right, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 3. It says, "Blessed be the Father." All right, it's like, "Blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who have blessed us with spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Yahweh Shah." Okay, we're blessed, man, to have this understanding. This comes from the heavens. Okay, the Lord gave us the understanding on how to be pleasing unto Him. That's a blessing. He gave us the understanding of. He gave us the blessing of understanding the mysteries, man. These things are blessings. Okay, that the Lord has allowed us to partake in, man. These are spiritual blessings, man. To have this insight, to have faith, it's a blessing. This is a spiritual blessing to have faith in the midst of all this doubt and gainsay, man. Okay, it says, "According as He have chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shah HaMashiach to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will." Okay, before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy. It was already written, all right, that the hopeful elect will come into the knowledge and begin to separate themselves from this world, man. Okay, through faith. It was already set up. Everybody is here that's supposed to be here, man. And everybody that's not, they're not here. You see? It's all according to the predestination of the Lord's good will, man. His good pleasure. He's doing what He wants to do with who He wants to do it with. And He has everything set up from the beginning. Okay? So let's go back to Tobit. All right, so this is back in Tobit 6 and 17. It says, "And the devil shall smell it and flee away and never come again anymore. But when thou shalt come to her, rise up both of you and pray to the Most High, which is merciful, who will have pity on you and save you. Fear not, for she is appointed unto thee from the beginning, and thou shalt preserve her, and she shall go with thee. Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children." All right, a legacy, man. You know, the scriptures say, hey, women are going to be saved in childbearing. You know, whether it's appointed for them to link up with brothers on this side, okay, or on the other side, the purpose, the intent is going to be for childbearing. But at the end of the day, it's all predestined. you know, it said, "Moreover, I suppose that she shall bear thee children." Now, when Tobias had heard these things, he loved her, and his heart was effectually joined to her. And that's how the spirit worked, man. The spirit will have, two spirits linked together, you know. And the Lord is now, he's building everything on a spiritual foundation. You see? And we're going to even go more into that. It's going to go more into that, man. We'll touch back on that, you know. So, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters edified, just want to touch on that Tobit, the 6th chapter, Lord will, we can keep it going to the next chapter, man, and just keep, getting all these spiritual nuggets, and gems, from the book of Tobit. It's a great faith booster. It's Tobit, himself is a great, role model, for us on how to move, as Israelites, especially Israelite men, you know. So Lord will, you was edified. Till next time I say shalom. Kwam Yashala, Bible, detail, soon, shalom.